With your CIGTV News Update, I'm Donna Bush. Since the beginning of March, the Family Resource Center has been celebrating Honoring Women's Month here in the Cayman Islands. On Friday, the government department was able to hold its first ever women's luncheon, celebrating its 20th year anniversary. More than 200 women, girls, and a few men attended the luncheon at the Kimpton Hotel. Keynote speaker for the event, which highlighted women in our community, was Government Chief Officer for the Portfolio of Civil Service, Mrs. Gloria McPhail-Nixon.
And something that I think people may not realize is that within the civil service, we know that many of our persons who join us may not already have a first degree. So we offer free education to our staff. That includes the ability to access university-level courses at the University College of the Cayman Islands. And 50% of our graduates who've come away with their associate's degree in public administration have been women. We also offer free online education. So people can access, our employees can access training from their home, from their mobile phones. And this training is the exact same training available to the UK Civil Service. And it's also been added to by training that we have acquired from U.S. Open universities. So we are very specific about making sure that women can continue to grow within our organization while balancing their home life requirements. And then we know that it's important to create a safe working environment. So we've adopted our anti-harassment policy and whistleblower protection so that people can feel free to report wrongdoing. And we also offer assistance to families to get free access to counseling through our Employee Assistance Program. Now, the third challenge that we tend to confront is the preconceived ideas that a woman's place is in the house. I actually agree with that one.
And you can watch Mrs. McPhail-Nixon's entire presentation here on CIGTV this coming Monday, the 18th of March. I had the pleasure also of moderating a panel discussion following the keynote address. Panelists also had the opportunity to answer questions from the audience at the end. And March's Honoring Women Month events have been significantly boosted by a strategic alliance between the Ministry of Community Affairs, Gender Affairs Unit, and the Family Resource Center. Many of the campaigns and programs that the Family Resource Center runs, particularly those for Honoring Women Month, are designed to promote greater equity and social cohesion in the wider community. Therefore, it is entirely natural that we support one another, explained the ministry's Deputy Chief Officer, Andre Ebanks. Earmarked to offset the cost of staging activities to mark the 20th anniversary of the observance in the Cayman Islands, the GAU has contributed $9,000, which represents the largest single donation made to the Family Resource Center from an entity. Now, to find out more about other events happening until the end of March, you can go online to the Family Resource Center's Facebook page. You can email them at frc@gov.ky or give them a call at 949-0006. Also making our headlines this Friday, the RCIS Cayman Islands Property and Construction Conference took place at the Marriott on Friday. Over 200 professional surveyors, architects, contractors, bankers, realtors, and developers attended the fourth biannual conference, which aims to build on the outstanding success of the previous years that provided excellent knowledge sharing and networking opportunities for attendees. Minister for Commerce, Infrastructure and Planning, the Honorable Joseph Hugh, had this to say about plans for the Georgetown revitalization project.
This government, and in fact the previous administration, has been committed to this exercise. We've spent the last several years putting in the roadwork infrastructure. We continue with that in this current budget. One of my, when I took over the ministry, I made the decision that before we went any further, we would need to bring in the town manager and have the person dedicated full-time to the purpose. And now that Colin is here, we will start to move those funds that we were using for the infrastructure, the road networking around the town into funding the actual revitalization of the city center. So in the past, we have spent, there's been $5 to $7 million, I would say, in the last several budgets on the road works under the Georgetown Revitalization Initiative. And we will probably see, not in the very early stages, certainly probably not in the next budget, but as time goes on, we'll see those numbers continue to maintain anywhere from $3 to $5 million going into the actual efforts within the city center.
Now, the conference website says the key objectives of the conference are to showcase property and construction in the Cayman Islands, to explore opportunities and provide a platform for growth, development and prosperity, to feature products, services and technical updates, and to network alongside hundreds of other industry professionals. And in other news, the Cayman Islands Meals on Wheels program is in the need of 250 plus volunteers for their annual Change for Change coin drive later this month. The aim is to raise money to feed housebound and disabled seniors throughout the Grand Cayman. The coin drive will take place next week, Friday and Saturday. That's the 22nd and 23rd of March across 30 pre-approved high-traffic locations. Meals on Wheels is asking all service groups, corporate teams and individuals to sign up for 2 hours of those dates to volunteer their time to assist in collecting coins and donations from the community. Now, interested volunteers can sign up online at Meals on Wheels, KY, or they can contact info at mealsonwheels.ky, or you can call them at 769-1974 for more information. And that ends today's news update here on CIGTV for today and this week. I thank you as always for joining us and invite you back here again on Monday. Until then, be safe. Bye-bye for now.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have on-board flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing all!